welcome to a new week of performing arts, and I've got a bit of colour on today. Check me, it's a Tuesday and I'm in my spirit wear top to toe. So what have we got in store this week then? Well, we are going to crack on with our tap dance and our warm up. We have got something new to look at in our clowning drama topic. And of course, we will get straight back on with that sea shanty competition. I've got some new hints and tips for you to think about this week. So we had best get on. We're going to dance first. So make sure long hair's tied back, comfy clothes on, lots of space around and water nearby. Let's get going. All right, lower primary tappers. Now we are going to carry on the warm-up. Well, you are. I'm under strict instructions off the doctor not to exercise for a week. It's like impossible. So I think I could get through the routine because it's not so jumpy, but I am going to show a clip from last lesson's warm-up for you to join in, and I'll see you on the other side of the routine. Shall we give that a try with the music? Do we remember it? We'll try it once on each side. Of course, we'll do this every lesson, so it'll get easier as we go. This one. Skipping along a bit. So we've got hop, jump, in, and in, hop, flap, hip, flap, flap, flap. That lifts the TV for you. Right, ready? Hop, jump, and hop, jump, in, and in, hop, flap, flap, hop, flap, flap. On the side, hop, in, out, in, flap, 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 flap. All right, lower primary, I hope you're warm now and ready to learn our new move for today. And as you can see on the board, it is in fact shuffles. They are a classic tap move and are in basically every single tap dance you will ever see. So a shuffle is simply a forward and back motion. So it comes from the knee. I'll do this sideways for you. And you keep the heel off. It's just a toe sound. And you're going to brush the toe forward and brush the toe back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Keep the heel up, keep the knees nice and easy. It comes from the knee like a hinge. And then, of course, the quicker you get with it, that is a shuffle. And, of course, it can be of different speeds. Let's give it a go on the other side, team. So, bending back from the knee, only using the toe. Forward, back. Forward, back. And then once you get used to it, speed it up. As you can see as well, oh, I'm a bit dodgy at the end, isn't it? I'm not as good at my left leg as my right, I've got to admit. When you're trying to make them quick, you're not going to do as big an action. See how much better I am on my right? That is shocking, Mrs. Bates. Practice. Now, anyway, so if you need to make them fast, then you don't swing your leg quite as much. So that is a shuffle. Let's just have a little practice of shuffle, shuffle, step to get used to it. Ready? So shuffle, shuffle, step. Shuffle, shuffle, step. Are you keeping that heel off the ground? And it's really just working that muscle memory to get used to it. That left one feels like I haven't shuffled in about 20 years, which is probably true, to be honest. Right, let's have a think about our routine and see where we can put this shuffle. So if you remember, we were doing our Bob Marley reggae amalgamation, and last week we learned behind, side, front, heel, toe, because heel toes were our steps on Thursday, weren't they? So let's just have a little practice of that first before we add in that shuffle. So it's the outside leg moves first. It goes behind, side, front, heel, toe. Remember? Nice, clean sounds. Let's go on the other side. So outside leg first. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Yeah? Okay, and we tried it slow and we tried it quick. So let's speed it up a little bit before we put that music on. Ready? So the rhythm went behind, side, front, heel, toe. Yeah? 5, 6, 7, and behind, side, front, heel, toe. Don't get yourselves all in a knot. There's a lot of moving around with those legs, isn't there? Let's go the other way. Outside leg quickly. 5, 6, 7, and behind, side, front, heel, toe. Lovely. Shall we try that with the music? And then we'll put our shuffle in. So, let's change my screen. This one. So let's do it slow first. So we'll go behind, side, front, heel, toe. 6, 7, and side, front, heel, toe. Other side, nice and slow. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. All right, the quicker one is behind, side, front, heel, toe. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Ready? Let's wait for the verse. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, out. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Yeah? Other side. 5, 6, 7, out. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Yeah? Oh, chill out. Right, like a really long skip to the end of the song then. All right, so our shuffle comes in just after the heel toe. All right, so let's think about that rhythm. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. So there's a ball change after, but we'll look at that on Thursday. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. So can you see how there's a little gap between the toe and the shuffle? Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. Okay? Let's put that into practice. So, work out what foot we're going to do as well. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Just use that one, so it's got to be this back leg. Shuffle. All right. Let's go on the other side. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. So it's the inside leg every time, basically. Okay. Let's try that one more time on each side. 5, 6, 7, and behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. Yeah, so really think about working that from the knee. The thigh doesn't do loads of work, there just isn't time. Ba-da, forward and back. Other side. 5, 6, 7, we go. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. All right, have we got it? Oh, we've got 44 seconds left, so we better have it. Let's add that shuffle on. Let's just do it. We'll do it slow and then we'll do it quick. We've got time. We're all good. So slow on each side, then quick on each side. With that shuffle in for good measure. 5, 6, slow. Behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. Okay? Other side. It's gonna be alright. Here we go. Behind. And behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. Alright, you daredevils. Should we go fast? 6, 5, 6, 7, and behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. The other side. 5, 6, 7, and behind, side, front, heel, toe. Shuffle. Very nice. I hope that is starting to feel nice, people, and you are getting there. You've learned some really, really key points of tap dancing already. Heels and our toes and our shuffles. On Thursday, we are going to look at the infamous ball change, but for now, let's drama. All right, lower primary actors, welcome, welcome. And today's lesson is called Again, but Different. So let's have a recap. What was our theme last week? And can you remember some of the activities? Have a moment to think. What did we do? All right, well, maybe some of you remembered. If not, I will remind you. So we looked at the element of surprise, remember? And how we can show it with our facial expressions, because we explained that just like with the mask. The clowns don't traditionally talk, so we're going to have to do everything with our bodies and our faces again. So we did this by pretending different items were hidden under boxes. Remember, we had the 3, and then I said, what if there was a mouse under there? What if there was loads of money under there, and a cupcake, and a dirty smelly sock, and all the rest of it? How can we show the audience with our face how we're feeling? And of course, we watched that clip, didn't we, of the 2 clowns getting the apple out of the box and how they were adding intrigue to their performance. So this week, we're going to look at 2 new words. One you may have heard of before, I think one will be new. So variation, that's a big long word, isn't it? Variation is one word we're going to concentrate on this week. And repetition, or repeating, maybe you've heard to repeat something. To make our scene funny and exciting for the audience. So we're going to explore these 2 words and what that means in our acting. So, first of all, setting the scene. Now, you're going to need a prop. Can you remember what a prop is? All right, as a recap, if you don't, it is something you can hold in your hand. So can you quickly go and find something now? It could be that bottle of water you got at the beginning of the lesson. It could be a book or a magazine. It could be an umbrella. It could be a toy. Anything you can hold in your hand. Have a moment now to search around and find a prop. Got something? It can be anything nearby. I mean, like, don't take an ornament that's going to, like, smash easy or, you know, like, be careful. But just anything. Pen, glass, not glass, like a cup, I mean. Okay, so we've got our prop. Now, for this activity, I'm going to interact with you. I'm going to have a conversation with you. And the only thing that you need to do, your only job, is to say no. No matter what I do, your job is to say no. Okay, ready? Give it to me. 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 All right. Did you keep up your end of the deal? So, a moment to think. How would you describe the changes in the scene? So I said the same thing over and over again. You said the same thing over and over again. What changed? Have a moment to think or talk to somebody in the room. Was it exactly the same all the way through, even though we said the same lines? Wasn't, was it? Some things were different. So, other than my words, another question for you. So, other than me speaking, saying, give it to me, what other ways could you tell I wanted your prop? What else did I do? Other than saying, give it to me. Some ideas? All right, hold those thoughts with your team. So, variation, one of these words. A variation is a change in something, but not a big change. It's mostly similar to something else, but there is something about it that is different. Ooh, that was Juilliard's explanation. Eesh. So, that's kind of complicated. Let's say it in Mrs. Bates' terms. So, imagine I said, give it to me. How many times? 7 times to you? So I'm saying the same thing, but the variation was I changed my tone of my voice, I changed my face, I changed my body language towards you. So I'm kind of saying the same thing, but I varied it. I repeated, but varied. And I'm guessing at home, you didn't just stand with your prop going, no, 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 no. Yeah, as I become more determined, you became more determined. And that was how, together, we added variation into the scene. So let's look again, because I think the Juilliard explanation does make sense. Maybe it was the way I said it. So, it's a change in something. So a change, right? But not a big change. So I didn't change the words and you didn't change your words either. Similar to something else, but there's something about it that is different. That does make sense. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. The same but different. So, can you give an example of how I created variation in my line? So I gave you a few ideas there. How did I add variation? Have a moment to think or tell someone in the room. All right, next question for you. What did you do to create variation? Did you do anything at all different to me? Have a think. That was like a thought idea. Maybe you had a really good idea at that exact moment. Okay, so you are now going to try each of the lines again 5 times. And you are going to add variation. So now you know what variation means, okay? It's not going to be me. So first you're going to try give it to me. So just say the line give it to me. Okay. Now I'm going to count on my fingers. You're going to do it 5 times, but you have to add variation every time. So we're saying exactly the same words, give it to me, but how are you going to change how you do it? Try it 5 different times. Ready? Number 1, go. Number 2. Different again. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. All right, did you think of them? Was it getting harder as time went by? What if I had to, we did it like 15 times? Oh my goodness. Right, now you're going to try no 5 different ways. So it's a very different thing that you're saying now this time, isn't it? No. How can we say it 5 different ways? Let's give it a go. So, time number 1. Second time. Third. Fourth. And 5th. Excellent, team. So here's some ideas of what you can do to add variation. Pitch, volume, or speed, or just some of the ideas. Pitch means how high and how low. Let's try no as high as you can. No! Let's try low as you can. No. Feels different. No! No. So we're in the middle? No. Yeah? So you've got that whole range of your voice. Remember when we do our scales and singing? Oh! All of those notes you could choose to say the word no. Volume is how loud. Say give it to me in your quiet, whispery voice. Say give it to me in your loudest voice. Ready for this? Give it to me! That is really, really different, isn't it? It completely changes what that line means. And speed. Say give it to me as quickly as you can. Give it to me. Now give it to me as slow as you can. Give it to me. That was like a little bit sinister, wasn't it? So you could do pitch and speed changing at the same time, volume and pitch. All of those ideas is how we can work on our voice. Okay, so my Fitbit says we've run out of time. On Thursday, we're going to work on this a little bit more of how do we repeat something but add variation. And why would you repeat something for the audience? Why do you have to say something over and over? We will find out on Thursday in our primary, but for now, let's get on with that sea shanty. Aha, my hearties, welcome aboard. You are here to learn some skills for the sea shanty competition as we power through to week 2 of 7. But first, and welcome if you want to just joined us, for those of you that weren't here, let's have a recap. People that were, what did we look at last week? Think. All right, let's have a reminder. So we started the theme of sea shanties, of course. I explained the competition and then we explored the key elements to this genre, which is what makes a sea shanty, what do they all have in common? And the key focus was the rhythm of the different types of sea shanty. For a bonus point, can you remember the names of the 3 different types of shanty? We even had a little go, didn't we, of doing some sailor activities to the rhythm of them. What were they called? They were the long haul, the short haul, and the capstan, remember? And it depended on how long it took to do an activity. That would determine the rhythm and the speed of the song. So, today, that's quite a lot of information. Is that the last? Yes, that's fine. Today we're going to have a look more at learning a skill, which is going to be, we're going to have a look at call and response. We've looked at in Senegalese music, but what does that mean in sea shanties? And then on Thursday, I'll make my video much shorter and give you some time to start working on that yourself. So we are going to spend more time focusing on the call and response. So I've got an example for you that is a really, really perfect example of call and response. Then we're going to have a little chance of singing it, okay? So first of all, let's listen to it and see if you can pick up the call and response moments.
Are you ever in Rio Grande? Oh, you Rio! It's there that the river runs down golden sand, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Then away, love, away. Oh, you Rio! Sing fare you well, my pretty young girl, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Now New York town is no place for me. Oh, you Rio! I'll pack up my trunk and I'll go off to sea, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Then away, love, away. Oh, you Rio! Sing fare you well, my pretty young girl, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Now all you beachcombers will have you to know, oh, you Rio! We're bound to the southern and glad for to go, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Then away, love, away. Oh, you Rio! Sing fare you well, my pretty young girl, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. So it's put down your bag and get it unpacked. Oh, you Rio! The sooner we leave, the quicker.
All right, that wasn't the full extent to it, but I think we got that point. So it's called Bound for the Rio Grande. You probably noticed they were singing Rio. That has a really, really strong, definite structure that repeats. Can you work out what it was? It's kind of on the board. Right, so like we've done loads of times in dance last year, and when we've sang poppy songs and sometimes musical theatre songs, I'm thinking Mamma Mia, lower primary, we had that verse, chorus, structure, okay? So the verse, the words change every time for the leader. He sings something, blah, la, 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 and the response is, oh, yo-rio. I put to-rio. I think they go like yo-rio. I don't know, but we'll work that out in a minute. And then the leader sings something else. La, 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 la. We're bound for the Rio Grande. Okay? So every single time the verse comes, it's that structure. Leader sings a line, we repeat with oh, yo-rio. Leader sings a line, and then we say we're bound for the Rio Grande. Okay? Then it's the chorus every time. Then away, love, away. I think he says, oh, Rio again. And then this says, so fare ye well, but they say, sing fare ye well. My pretty young girl, we're bound for the Rio Grande. Then it goes back to that. Leader sings a line, we go, oh, yo, Rio. Leader sings a different line, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Chorus away, love. And that's what happens every time. Now that we kind of know what's going on, let's have a sing-song.
Oh, say were you ever in Rio Grande? Oh, you Rio! It's there that the river runs down golden sand, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Then away, love, away. Oh, you Rio! Sing fare you well, my pretty young girl, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Now New York town is no place for me. Oh, you Rio! I'll pack up my trunk and I'll go off to sea, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Then away, love, away. Oh, you Rio! Sing fare you well, my pretty young girl, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Now all you beachcombers will have you to know. Oh, you Rio! We're bound to the southern and glad for to go, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Then away, love, away. Oh, you Rio! Sing fare you well, my pretty young girl, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. So it's put down.
Oh, it's like pick a tune, any tune, wasn't it? That, my God, it's because there's so many harmonies. That's what and like we're bound for the Rio Grande. It's just too low for me. Come on, lift it. But did you get the point? Can you see what's happening there? So it doesn't have to be that exact structure, but I just thought that was quite a nice structure to follow. So on Thursday, I'm going to set you a bit of a chore with that in mind. You can go and do some research if you want to, have a listen to some others and see what else happens with call and response. But I just thought that was quite a nice example. And the good way with that is as well, you only really need 2 new lines every verse, don't you? Because it repeats. So good to think about the call and response structure, people. On Thursday, I will set you your new task and give you a little bit more help of how to do that. Thanks for joining. See you Thursday.